What's it like owning a Great Pyrenees? Most people think that question has a simple answer: calm, fluffy, gentle, low energy. But the truth is, owning a Great Pyrenees doesn't feel like owning a typical dog at all. It feels like sharing space with something that has its own rules, its own schedule, and its own sense of responsibility. A Great Pyrenees isn't wired to perform for you, entertain you, or wait for instructions. It's wired to watch, assess, and decide. And if you don't understand that from the beginning, everyday behavior starts to feel confusing fast. The nighttime barking, the independence, the way they seem calm one moment and fully alert the next. So before you decide whether this breed is right or wrong, you need to understand what daily life with a Pyrenees actually looks like. Because once you do, the breed stops feeling difficult and starts making sense. Owning a Great Pyrenees means accepting that this dog does not live on your schedule. They operate on a clock that's older than modern homes. During the day, they often appear calm, even lazy, lying still for long stretches, watching without moving much at all. Many first-time owners mistake this for low energy or boredom, when in reality it's assessment. A Pyrenees conserves energy by design. It observes patterns, listens to environmental noise, and tracks what feels normal long before anything actually happens. That calm daytime presence is not a lack of drive, it's preparation. And this becomes especially clear once night falls, because at nighttime is when the Great Pyrenees truly comes alive. Night barking is one of the biggest shocks for new owners. People expect silence, or at least something that can be trained away quickly. But the bark of a Great Pyrenees isn't random noise or anxiety, it's communication. Historically, that bark was meant to travel long distances through valleys and darkness as a warning, not just to predators, but to establish territory. When a Pyrenees barks consistently from the same location, night after night, predators learn patterns too. They learn where not to go. This is why experienced livestock owners often trust a barking Pyrenees more than a silent one, because silence can mean absence, and absence creates vulnerability. Living with a Great Pyrenees means learning the difference between nuisance barking and purposeful warning, and understanding that trying to suppress all barking often creates more problems than it solves. Another reality of owning this breed is independence, but not in the way it's usually explained. A Great Pyrenees isn't independent because it doesn't care about you. It's independent because it was bred to function without constant feedback. These dogs were expected to make decisions alone, often when no humans were present to help. That means your Pyrenees may choose where it lies, where it positions itself, and how it responds to situations in ways that don't always look convenient or cooperative. To someone expecting obedience like a lab or shepherd, this can feel frustrating, but to the dog, it's responsibility. When a Pyrenees ignores a command, it's often not defiance, it's evaluation. It's weighing risk, context, and outcome before acting. Owning a Great Pyrenees also means understanding that bonding looks different. This is not a breed that constantly seeks validation, toys, or praise. They don't fetch because fetching has no protective value. They don't need constant interaction to feel secure. Their bond forms through presence, routine, and shared space. Many owners notice that their Pyrenees will sit near them rather than on them, watch rather than engage, and position itself between family members and perceived threats without being taught. This isn't aloofness. It's guardianship expressed quietly. And once that bond forms, it's deep. Pyrenees often show loyalty not through excitement, but through consistency, always being there, always watching, always aware. Space and boundaries are another major part of daily life with this breed. A Great Pyrenees bonds not just to people, but to land. Territory matters deeply to them. When boundaries are clear, fencing, routines, defined areas, the dog settles. When boundaries are unclear or constantly changing, the dog can become restless or overreaching, expanding its sense of responsibility beyond what's safe or manageable. This is why so many behavior issues with Pyrenees trace back to unclear space rather than bad temperament. Owning one means thinking about environment just as much as training, because structure for this breed comes from space, not commands. Play is another area people misunderstand. Young Pyrenees often show little interest in high-energy play, especially during early development. This isn't because they're dull or depressed. It's because constant play has no survival value to a guardian. A tired guardian is a weak guardian. As they mature, usually between 2 and 3 years old, you may start to see moments of play emerge naturally. But it looks different, slower, controlled, brief. It's not chaotic. And importantly, that play doesn't interfere with their ability to switch instantly into alert mode when something changes. That balance is a sign of confidence, not distraction. Owning a Great Pyrenees also means accepting a slower maturation timeline. Mentally, this breed develops far more slowly than most popular pets. Adolescence can last much longer, and during that phase, many owners panic, thinking something is wrong. The dog seems stubborn, unfocused, or inconsistent. In reality, the dog is still building judgment, pushing too hard during this phase, demanding performance or constant obedience often creates the very issues people fear. Patience, consistency, and calm correction matter more than progress. With time, structure, and a clear role, behavior stabilizes dramatically. There's also a physical reality to owning this breed. Great Pyrenees are large, powerful dogs built for endurance, not speed. Adult males often exceed 120 pounds, with thick double coats designed to insulate against heat and cold, repel moisture, and protect vital areas from injury. That coat requires management, but it's functional, not decorative. Grooming, seasonal shedding, and outdoor living considerations become part of everyday ownership, and people who expect a low-maintenance indoor companion often feel overwhelmed if they didn't research properly. Perhaps the biggest adjustment, though, is mental. Owning a Great Pyrenees requires letting go of control. You don't micromanage this breed successfully. You guide it. You set boundaries, provide consistency, and allow it to do the job it was bred for, whether that job is guarding livestock, property, or family. When owners stop trying to turn a Pyrenees into a performer and start respecting it as a guardian, everything shifts. The dog settles, the relationship improves, and behaviors that once felt problematic begin to feel purposeful. The reward for owning a Great Pyrenees isn't flashy obedience or constant affection. It's presence. It's a calm force that stands watch while others sleep. It's a dog that notices changes before you do, positions itself without being told, and carries responsibility naturally. Life with a Pyrenees isn't about convenience. It's about alignment. And once you understand that, owning this breed stops feeling hard and starts feeling meaningful. If you want more real-world breakdowns like this, not hype, not myths, just honest explanations of how guardian breeds actually live and think, make sure you subscribe. Because Great Pyrenees aren't difficult dogs. They're purpose-driven dogs living in a world that doesn't always understand them. And the more you learn, the better that partnership becomes.